5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do. What's up, Mr. Bernice Boikanyo? Kunjani lapho? Kunjani sibanga?
Zisho ngama-drum.
Right, good man.
Irazo.
Ne, friend, Luna.
I wanna repeat,
no.
man. Very excited. Very excited.
Yeah, gents, I can see you, right? Josie, grand, eh?
Yeah. President is funny. No, hey, ihlathi kanjani? Mawuhlala uyahlala. Kula uhlala khona. Mawuhlala ehlathini, kusekhaya. Manje mfethu before singena kulento injani mfethu basivalele mfethu yamuzu upresident uvale yonke into.
Hey bafethu kuyanyini.
Ziyaduma ne?
Blind.
Yeah, mara soba right. Mara yazini athi sivule kahle ke officially lento ekhona. So kulabantu abangazi ukuthi uBernice Boikanyo. How would you maybe introduce yourself to them?
How do I introduce myself?
Yeah, ungathi nje wena ungathi kubona ubani uBernice.
You have already introduced me.
But ubani uBernice? There's more to Bernice than the name.
That Bernice auti ekulele maplazini eBreds, Joe. Northwest. Yeah, Northwest Kobapong. It's in the border between Pretoria West, Hartebees and Rustenburg. You know? So, and also in Josie and Naledi. And then, you know, I've been floating in between the two provinces in per se, you know, in my youngest time. So, and Bernice is just a plus job in fact. I'll just some plus.
Okay.
I want take into the suit
Yeah. Okay. So manje njengoba usayichaza kanje, I think it's quite Skype account kancane, but I also wanted to know how was your childhood? So uBernice bekuyintwana enjani?
Very quiet, you know, most of the time, you know, because of azanga kaba mfano ilong horo wakanga or streetwise, but I was street smart.
Okay.
I've been street smart, you know, but I've been like very, very, very somebody oiguti, very quiet, not that much okangayo or whatever, you know. From my youngest age to my teens, even now in my adult, you know, stage, I've been a very preserved and persevering type of a person in life.
Okay.
So who's very, very, very loving and caring about other people in terms of growing in whatever aspects, you know, in life. So I'm that type of a person, you know. So yeah, you know, azange ngigange that much, you know.
Okay, ugange kancane.
Azange ngigange.
Okay, so
you never keep up busy.
Yeah, most of the time you never keep up busy.
Hey, Jazz. I'm a drama martini, you know, they won't keep up busy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where my musical experience actually started. Sasing ngwana blind around age of 6, 7. Besenza amadrum ngamngangera edi ngamathini we pen.
Yeah.
Nelona namaraba uyikara before nina naza ama tubeless. Thina saza amaraba uyikara.
Amashoop.
Yeah,
so
amachu.
Mabo ibonephi leyo ridings njengoba ube nalente lo mdlandlo ukuthi ufuna ukuyenza leyo ridings. Had you seen other people make drums like that, or was there a drummer that you saw, you know, that was playing that made you feel like, hey, I need to go make? Yeah, what drove that whole thing?
Actually, not really. You know, I've never seen any other drummer was doing that, but it was just a passion that just started because of, you know, in those years we used to have the most things. A person to persevere in music is to see amateur drum measurements. because of the drum majorettes, you know,
yeah.
at that time. I mean, late 70s, early 80s. So I'm a drum majorettes were the main thing that you would see estradini, you know, walking around. And that type of thing, you know, kind of like pricked my mind and my emotions to say, but because of umuntu, ama drums at that time, there were no musical shops at that time, you know, but you would find yourself, Uguti, you want to pursue to know, Uguti, okay, if let's group, there were no drums, but we group, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah, goes.
So to say, hey son, how do they do lay group? Because of you would always see plastic, you know. They were doing a group actually creating a plastic, covering a plastic and then wrapping around a riding a tire. And then ama-sticks wakhona bayenza like sticky sesideki and then bayenze leso sticky phambili basicover ka-riding ka-rubber. That rubber band ne-plastic bayi-cover. Then udlala ilona iscoop.
Okay.
So ama-drum majorettes were always like that kind of a thing because of at that time, like abantu ababhaya abodaki, they couldn't actually buy instruments at that moment, you know. So it's a thing that just came into my heart to say, but if umuntu asase angayenza njani le riding, because of also that thing actually evoked me ukuthi to start playing because of there were no bands at that time. La bekuvunyelwe intwana because bekwamagrotmani and you would never even bakuvumela to come to ukuthi uze rehearsalini yabo. I mean, uncle was a musician, my uncles, you know? But it was very seldom taking me to rehearsal space sabo, you know. Nabo Bratapelo Khomu, I knew him as 17 as I go high school.
Oh,
you know. No, Ubratapelo Ikaslake, it's from Rockville, Rock.
Oh, okay.
So Uncle discovered Ubratapelo when he was still as high school. He was still at the age of 16, 17, you know, before even that Nestimela.
Yeah. Hey,
no, so Ubratapelo, his first keyboard was Uncle.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Hey, Mato.
Even Panda over tabs. Will tell you.
Yeah. So basically, when inspiration then was from a number of places, it was also from the fact that in the family, you know, ikona lento, music inte kona, and it was also, you know, seeing all of these drum majorettes. But what do you think really hit it? What did it for you? Was it more knowing that ikona go family, or was it you know, you seeing drums. The people play,
seeing the drums?
Actually, it was more within the family. Azang, I never loved drums actually in my growing up. My drums catched up with me at the local stage.
Nini?
But one thing that actually catches me most about drums, I started actually learning drums vele ngitase intwana emazangomeni.
Okay.
Bushai scoop.
Yeah, blind. Blind. Few months ago, I posted a video on Facebook because of I was invited to attend something of my niece. You know, because of Begaye Bungomeni. It's been a long time. Because of also umuntu mawkhula, you ended up being on a Christian background because of the old lady changing and those kind of things. But also that kind of thing draw me. And then when I see the way badlala isgubhu ngakhona, and it actually draw me back to say, hey, konje ngikalela.
Yo, isuka dale.
Isuka dale, right? And he always lam. That time, I mean, in the early 80s, I mean, late 70s, 79, 80, that's when, before kungabi abazalwane, they used to call themselves Ibru and Sister.
Okay, yeah. So brothers and sisters. Yeah.
These were Ibru and Sister. Because why babizana kanjalo? Because hey, my brother, hey, my sister, you know.
Yeah.
Ibru and Sister.
Yeah.
So it abantu mase bahlakanipha bese bathi oh thina we are Christians.
Okay.
So those kind of
No, Leroy, do you have any questions?
Khuzani, since ubudlala isigubhu ezangomeni, didn't traditional music say Northwest have influence in how you play and how you perceive the music, like amakiba patterns, ama 6/8 akhona laphana, the dancing that you guys do as a traditional upgrowing?
It did, but at that time, umuntu, no satsebo it's actually a 6/8 pattern or what. You end up knowing I'm a 6/8 pattern, Moses scale, learning music to say and meeting other musicians, masukulile to say, oh, okay, this is 6/8. But maudlala is nje uyintwana. You don't even think of the time. You just follow ukuthi, oh, okay, baya gita. No. Then you just follow the rhythm now. We were pambi. And they were blind. Even ngekho amazwangoma bewanga gidi.
Ow.
On that weekend.
You are the main DJ. We'll play Kofwa that day. Okay, it's quite interesting. And another thing I wanted to know, because it's interesting. Beskulma no makene, and also now he was telling us about Ubungoma.
And he touched a bit about
this. But how they, how he also started there. Do you know if there are variations, or for example, maybe the kind of patterns they play? Ayahluga from tribe to tribe, or is it the same, throughout the country? Do you know?
That's an interesting question. Actually, as you graduate.
Yeah.
Actually, they mostly, for me, Mina, they mostly I don't see them variating much. Because of, or no, let me rephrase my answer. Ayahlugana. But the most tricky part, it's all about how do you feel it.
Okay.
Because of other people now, in terms of saying counting, they count 6/8 like me. Is 6/8, I count it as a 4/4 also on the other hand.
Yeah.
But when you listen to them, they actually counter join each other somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
That one. It's just the same as when you play a pattern of 9/8. Because of E9/8, you're playing it on a form of a counting of triplets in a way. And that thing, I couldn't understand it until Ian Hammond taught me Leo Diding, playing it on a hi-hat, So because of things, the patterns changes according to the variation, as well as what I can say of countries. Because you'll find a Cameroon, they play 6/8 in another way.
Yeah.
But somewhere in between, because of we are Africans,
Utola
says
similarities.
There's similarities, because of Africanism, it's just one and the same philosophy, same rhythm, same dynamic in whatever way.
Yeah.
So our scholars try to variate it, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like one and the same. At the end of the day.
Okay. Umbuzo one, then I'll hand it over to Leroy. I wanted to know what is to play with a band. Do you remember the very first band you played with, the incident, how it came about, the band members that you played with for the first time, amateur level? Now, the first time now you're playing with other people, koni keyboard or koni drum, keyboard. When you drum, you keyboard. Do you remember that incident? Yeah.
Most definitely. It was there was a band that we started Esquela. We used to call it Iperu.
Okay.
at that time, because of it was myself, Umlifi Makananis. Umlifi is the bass player now of the group Blackjacks.
Okay.
Yeah, we come from the same Nabutale, same institution.
Okay.
That's where actually, as a band, where I've actually, as an amateur, started playing. It's with those guys, Nabuchav passed away some years ago, So yeah.
And
it
where
was with
it?
a band called Peru that I started at that time.
Your very first gig. Your very first gig with this band. Where was it?
Exactly. Beyise konje hey beyikuphi na?
And they were Mali.
It was somewhere around 96.
Yeah.
Beyise 96 or 95, 96, yes. Beyise there was this konje batini, these festivals. This festival is Zulek.
Oh, Zulek.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Zulek Festival, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if it's kick yako ya took patala kamnandi.
Yeah.
Wabuya now she's
I'm sure wabuya now is something. I'm sure yahlangana yona. Hey, mfethu phela khona masibuza abantu la ukuthi what was your first payment? Hey, kuma about 50 rand na 100 rand. I'm sure yours was a little better.
Legends, it was not like that. We had to share. Hey, those stories, Mafetu, are difficult. We had to share, I think, because of we were 8 in the band.
Yes.
Yeah, because of it was 2 percussionists, a drummer, 2 horn players, which is a saxophone and a guitar. Persis was part of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and what else? And a pianist. Yes, pianist and a keyboard player.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we were called the Young Irakere at that time.
So imali ya makanjani yo?
We got about 2,000, Hey, it was nice because of
2,000.
96, Jan said 2,000 baby.
2,000 was a lot of money.
The whole band.
Oh, for the whole band.
Come on now.
Yeah, I know. It was a lot. Yeah, no, it was a first gig. I mean, that's a lot of money still. You guys did better than most that we've asked this question. Lee,
how did the name Groove Master come about?
Actually, the name Groove Master, hey, Mpana Leroy. Ironically, I was playing. Who I was playing with. I will tell you. Ahman, who's this guy? He's from Trinidad, Tobago. He's the master of the steel pen. They are all a group now.
Andy Narel.
No, not to Andy Narel.
Okay.
They are all his team. I forgot his name, Mzol Kumbula. And fortunately, Uncle Harvey Mason.
Yeah.
He was in the country. No. Actually, no. I was playing. No.
That's another story.
No, I'm telling you, that is the second time actually, because of foreplay was in the country, but it was even before because of Uze before. They got he came with no lyric now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was playing this bass player, man. He's from New York as well. How can I forget his name? So he saw me, I was playing. And actually we were also doing a sound check. And then they came, and then because of they were doing a sound check on another stage, but they came and checked us. And so while we're doing a sound check, and hey, Uncle Harvey standing there, and I was not even aware Ugut he's around. But it amongst the check up backstage, I'm like, hey, let time this party and hey, this is Uncle Harvey. And then after Ilona, after doing sound check, and then he came and then he hugged me. He said, hey man, you can groove, man. Can I call you the groove master?
Oh,
I said, Uncle Harvey, who can resist that?
I don't know. I mean that's as good as a doctorate.
Exactly.
No, that's
That's as good as a doctorate. Yeah, that's certified. If you have, I know. Certified. No one must question anything.
Like that. And a man,
Exactly.
time of that, I mean, I've been learning from Uncle Harvey since like Nsasa Scala. You know what I mean? And for me, him saying that and Anghaga, it was like unfair to, hey, that means saying I can graduate.
Straight. I doctorate. The classic is Dr. Bernice. Dr.
Exactly.
The groove master.
Yeah, no, straight. I said finally see name pour. Finally figure out the parameter suit to figure name pour.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now you get my kick. Oh, I my kick and Vumelo to shine the I mean, it's a whole new level. You know, so but earlier, man, I was thinking about it with Ishman. Yes, Bernice, the time I really got to understand or to know about your works was the activity ring. And I mean, I used to listen to that thing back to back, you know, all the time. I was like, yes. And like I mean, especially at the time, man, I used to just listen to that thing every day. How did that gig come about?
Actually, that thing, you know, it came about as actually, I can say accidentally, because of that, before we recorded that DVD, I was working no Ringo, but I was on tour with another group from Soweto, by Ibiza Watercolor. So we were in the Scandinavian. So the Scandinavian at that time was like beginning to open borders for countries outside, you know. So then I had to excuse myself to Uringo to say, hey, Mfetu, I'm gonna be away for a period of 2 months. Can we get someone else to hold up for me now? Because I really need to be on this tour, you know. I want to be on that tour for real. So he said, no, it was not a problem. Only to find out he was to record a DVD, Nogwaz.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened, Nogwaz. So the good thing, Uguti, what he asked me, Uguti, hey man, please let me know wherever you are so that, you know, I keep on checking on you, Uguti, Ukraindi. It was before my cell phone, never in fashion.
WhatsApp, yeah.
I mean, cell phone was there, but I'm a WhatsApp, you know, video calls.
You still needed a world card. What's that thing? World card, most phone.
Exactly.
World card, you may say, I can
yeah. So Ringo, I was away for, it was like almost like 3 weeks. I was out of the country. So I got a call from the hotel to say, and we were in the next country after Gubo Koran. In this country. Hey, but Chechens, my age is getting down now.
It's not Croatia. It's Croatia, Slovenia.
No, not Croatia. There's Enyele, and I love that country. Not Croatia.
Not Slovenia.
Not
Slovakia.
Slovenia.
No,
hey,
so now Ringo calls me, say, hey, daughter, listen, man, I need you. And Mangele, I'm in a hotel. Who's calling me this time? Then he asked me to say, am I available on this date? Because he really needs me to come and join him for something. Because I didn't even know that he was recording a DVD. Because he didn't tell me.
Okay.
You know? He says to me, no, Ugwas is not available now, but I didn't want to know the stories. I said, hey, man, I'm only having a week free, so I can be able to come Ekaya only if you can buy me a ticket to fly back.
Okay.
And then he just there and there, he said, listen, Jonga, it's all good.
Yeah.
Jonga, you coming?
Yeah.
The following week. No problem. And then fine, he bought me a ticket. He called me to say, no, you got a ticket. You've got a return flight. I can email you. And then I got an email from the Elona desk Yase Hotel to say, no, my ticket is ready. Then I came home on the DVD started we shot it on Friday and Saturday. I've landed on Friday, they're off. Exciting.
Uzodlala i-DVD. Uzodlala i-DVD. Nge-one day.
But also, I got him ngati I can only come and record i-DVD because of kunale ngoma le engithandayo yakhe yabona.
Okay. What song is it?
Ithemba. Ayitwaleka ngakayifuli. Yeah. It's indoda ayikhali. You know that vibe. You know, yeah. So what him what jonga beyingekho ku repertoire kanje sayifaka ukuthi
ngoba kushawe.
Yeah.
So this is how you
even if on that DVD mongayibheka leya ngoma ngidlala ngepassion nje. That's the
Groove master.
No, you see, Buffett, I've never heard the story. Basically, you know, luckily they booked you in the middle of your tour. Somehow there was a break. You know, so many things were aligning. So many things were aligning. You know, and I think this is what I value from older musicians. You know, that I think doesn't happen much now. The wisdom of knowing. If I want to make a product, these are the people that I need to do it with. If this person is not here, I'm not going to be able to do this thing. You know, because you only see it happening in America, but nakona older musicians. Because I remember Abo Luther, apparently they would even fly those ladies, PVs, you know, from one city to another. And actually even but jet yakhe uthi no ijet mayihambe lapha yolinda labantu because I'm not going to do this gig labantu bangakafiki. You know, I mean, we're not seeing so much of these things, and I mean, you actually even see it now in the production, in the products themselves. You guys didn't spend like hours and years preparing for that thing, but listen to how it came out. I mean, I'm sure it's one of the biggest albums, you know, that that Ring was ever made.
Exactly. I mean, it's one of, and to tell you the truth, Chance, hey, I was nervous doing that DVD because of one, ukudlala in front of abo amahrotman like Brabushi Seatolo, who was playing keys. I mean, Ubrafana, I mean, Kuliso Ubrafana, no Bravos, musically, you know. And I was like, I kept on saying, hey, Bernice, ungadlala umpeto la, Ubrafana.
The
other funny thing, all amahrotman bewabuza mina ingoma ukuthi ingoma ethile ihamba njani.
And when we like
phela yazini ngiroto la phakathi kwamabhubesi.
I know. No,
I was. What's on the tour? Which is your fondest memory, Jay, in one of your tours that you've done in your career?
It's when I was having we were invited for lunch. Is the then president of Croatia by that time. Hey, that man, it was, you know, first time. I mean, I've never met even our own former president, Ubabu Mandela. I've never met him. But getting invitation to eat supper with the president of Croatia. And you know, that's treat Mfana like Ingosizak. He even like expelled the bodyguards around the table to say, no, these people are just here to take care of us, actually, unlike us taking care of them.
Yes.
It was one of the most fondest, you know, memorable, and even also Maragata buying us gifts.
Yo.
That's the nice thing about Ipondo.
Yo.
Hey man, that's dope.
Big time.
I want us to track back a little bit. This is Pambi.
Sure.
Your biggest break. What would you say that one is? What's the one gig that you did? What's Mawienza? Everybody knew who Bernice was.
The biggest break, it's when Ubravosi began introducing me to Ngafundiso Ubravosi.
Yeah.
Actually, Kumalo, you know, he has been like a mentor with in everything in life musically for me. you know, because of he's the first musician in this country to give me a break.
Okay.
You know,
hey,
because
man.
of he developed me ngisasefunda eskela when the first time he started seeing me. You know, around end of 97, 90, 96, 97. And then he just said, Gima Timvana, you know, I just like you and I can see a potential on you. So lots of things, music, how to approach. And Ubravusi, you know, he used to come and azunglanda ending. So practice kwakhe eBesveli. And that was one of the most biggest, fondest and opportunities that I got in life.
Yeah.
And he had a gig. By that time, the baseline was a Melville.
Yes.
At that time. And Jito Baloi, you know, he just released his first album, then coming out of Tanana's. And then Ubravusi was to do, actually, Jito booked Ubravusi to do the gig. And then Ubravusi decided to say, no, Jito, please give him that space, I assure you.
Yeah.
You know? Give him that chance, I assure you. You will never be disappointed.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Ubravusi comes to me, Endlin, I've got a gig for you, I need you to do it. I'm like, yeah. There's a gig. I said, no, you're gonna play no Jito. Ngati Jito walo uti ya ngati hey, wait a minute. Ngati hey, I can't play with that man. I'm too young.
Yeah.
And imagine one year being playing drums. Not even 1 year being playing drums, Joe. Moving from playing piano to play drums.
Okay.
Then Ubravusi said, and I don't have a pair of drums.
Yeah.
But Ubravusi took me, he used to play, there was a white pearl drum kit, very nice import that he used to have. He took me actually to a rehearsal kwa Jito, a kissing tin, we rehearsed no Jito. And then manje now, I need to sing yasabu hey, I can nice drum.
Yeah.
Then Ubravusi came and said, no, don't worry. I'll give you, Yo. And then I did that.
That's big, man.
So, I don't know, you were fortunate. I think before was into A1, you see that kind of relationship that you had with Ubrafus.
Yeah.
What do you think is creating, what do you think is the hurdle or the stumbling block or the thing that is stopping us from creating these kinds of bonds with younger musicians? Do you think that we are creating these bonds or we are not? Because I think earlier older musicians really had a thing of, you know, making sure that intwana uyayisondeza, intwana uyayitshela, hayi wena sanlalela yenzwa kanje lento, yenzwa kanje zwakala.
Uyifakele nespan.
Yeah, so uyifakele nespani, umgugisa ama drums ayenzeni zonke lezo zinto. Uloku umtshela ureze naye.
For sure.
Do you think that thing is happening? If it's not happening now, why do you think it's not happening?
It's happening, but it's happening in drips and drabs.
Okay.
Why? It's because of it's all about one is willing to give or part information with younger people, and also our younger people are prepared to listen to the older people. Because of Tina at that time, there was no YouTube to learn from.
Sure, yeah.
You know, there were only VHS, cassette videos whereby you wanna concert.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know. So, but at the end of the day, we ended up having Amahrodmane like Abu Bravusi, who like being seeing, okay, Lentwana is willing to learn. And Nami, I was in that tip of saying, I need to learn.
Yeah.
You know, and he opened up to me, you know, to say, okay, Ndwana, this is the situation. And this is how Izinto has to be done. Because of, it's all about being in a situation of say, ukufundiswa, and now ufuna ukufundisa because of also what the relationship between mina no Bravus, it was like ufuna ukungifundisa and ufuna ukufunda something futhi nakimi. Because believe you me, there are things that he also now comes back to me. Angibuze zona ukuthi hey mantwana ngikubone uyenza izinto kanje. A certain thing uyenza kanje. How did you manage to do that? You know? So it's a choice. Exactly. And I mean some of the things it's things that yena akazikhumbuli. But mina they've recorded in me yena azenza kudala.
Imagine.
Ngikuzwa clear.
So moving forward.
So many things, mina, I've learned from many musicians, you know what I mean? Many musicians that I've learned from, drummers, pianists, guitarists, in whatever. Because of I don't want to learn only drum but we tutor music in spectrum, all of it, you know? But also in terms of drumming, Bravusi played a very pivotal role in my life, including there's a guy but Ujabu Dube that I've learned from. Yes, was in the fire. Ujabu is the first guy who actually I've learned ukfunda music notes, you know, teaching me music notes. This is how it's up. And I have that very good relationship now. And Ujabu comes from Ezandlen Zega Bravus now.
Oh, okay.
It's a network thing.
Okay, it's a network thing. Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So isn't it, Jen? So it's all about that, Uguti. You know, you are willing to part information and also willing to take the information, you know, from other people as well, you know. You know, I mean, there's no drummer who can play those roles and patterns. I only managed to understand them the day Ubra Rapi rebuked me. And then he wants how Bramna plays.
And then that's when I begin
to realize with yo.
Lee, you can ask the next one.
Okay, so we're moving forward now to recent times. Since Unganai drum kits then, and then now soon endorsements. How did that come about?
What happened about the endorsement, Yamaha, is that then the retired CEO, Yamaha at that time, Mr. Ivan, not Ivan,
Mike,
you know, dealing with CEOs. I'm talking about Ivan Slosberg. Ivan Slosberg was the CEO, EMI Records, who took me to school, actually.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mike Hardy Brown. You know, he saw me. I was playing with Konje. Who's this chick? Bodlala man. Siporaz. Yeah, that time you had a wrist.
Yeah. Oh, you got there if you endorsement.
So I was in, and then we were doing that Elona Galaga estate, and Mr. Mike Hardy Brown was there, and I was playing on a different drum, and then after we played, then we were taking a break, and then he called me. Fortunately, they were sitting a table away from Tina. Uncle Mike came to me. He says, "You know what? You sound good, but you can sound better on Yamaha. Come and see me."
That's nice. Just like that.
Just like that.
Monday morning, you are up and in the office.
And then the next thing, I'm out, I'm in the office. But I said, Elona, Eden Vale.
Yes.
Before Yamaha, Leia Elona, Kelvin, Akio. Then I got there, and then he just started introducing me as a Yamaha industry.
Okay. Yo.
Yeah. So you were headhunted.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then now it sealed everything. 2 weeks later, Ubravusi uthi, hey man, I've got a meeting Yamaha. Do you mind ukungikapa? No problems. Hamba sonke. Must do that out. Why is like surprise? Wow, you know each other.
Yeah.
Ubravusi, oh, this is my son. No, this is my father. And instead say, hey, but you look alike as well.
Wow. So this relationship was verified again.
Yeah.
Planned big time. Do you know?
So much. Is it international?
That's how all the endorsement came into existence.
Till beautiful today. Story. Beautiful story.
Is it international?
It's a?
Is it international?
Yes.
Dope. Okay, so my last question.
For sure.
My last question is, in relationship, Yetri, Leona, your man, Sylvester, Nosakile, how did that come about?
Interesting question.
It's interesting. Mina no Sylvester, actually, we come afar before even Sylvester would go to Cape Town, studying music there. Because of only two schools, which it was Funda, and then there was this other Imanu, which we called it Pelmama at Dobsonville. So Sylvester used to be there. He taught Abu Bramkale, Kwaping, And then Mina Efunda, we were together, Nabotale, Nabu Fundisa Wobra, Wabolo, Nabu Mamsbongile, Abu Mr. Msanganisa Masoha, Abu and many other guys. So now it happened, Mina, we used to Sivagashelana, Ikela. And that's how we met, we knew each other. And we lost track when now we went to Cape Town and studied his music degree. And then Itemagabuya from Cape Town, when Judith started her thing. Sylvester saw me, I was on stage, Nomunyu Mamba to Sontim Debel. I was playing with them.
Okay.
Standard Bank Jazz Festival, team music man things. And then Sylvester was like, "Guy, man, this is my penza, man. I know this." Like, yo, I couldn't believe it's you playing. I get to know. Man, this touch, man, is unusual. In fact, I've got gigs lined up. Would you be able to do them with me? No problem, Faith. I mean, we come afar.
Yeah.
And then we started playing together. Then we're talking like 2002. And then it 2008, we were launching it was 2009. We were launching Johnny Walker Black. When Johnny Walker Black.
I think I've heard the story.
Then it was like, hey, we don't have a bass player. And the budget, then it's like Sylvester, like, hey, there's Sakile, man, there's this young man, And then I'm like, no, do you mind playing with him? No, I don't mind, in fact, I mean, having young guys, it's good. We're building all that thing with them. Then Sahamba, we went to Sakile's home. When we get there, I'm like, I know this stuff was that.
This story is nice, man. At the same time.
Sakile, I was teaching him Efunda. Because I used to teach Efunda.
So how long has this relationship been? Because I mean, Namadi is still kicking it strong, like in and many other places.
No, we've been together since 2009 when we started from the Johnny Walker days.
Johnny Walker's payment
until
Was that the payment?
No.
Usakile bamlanda ngathana ipayment yabuthenga ibase. Ufike kicking nebase entsha.
Exactly, mfethu. And how Sakile we did things with him is Mina no Sylvester, we used to play around and trying to find, our sound and whatever. And actually, me and Sylvester, the existence of my album started when we were just fiddling around on Sylvester's gigs.
Okay.
And then now when Sakile came in, now Mina no Sylvester, we already now established the base of a sound and music that we want to do because we are more of of a fusion type of a guys, you know. So Usakile, when he came in, we were like introducing songs in Goma for Rihanna on stage. And we would never rehearse. He thought we would play things that he knows, but nah, we
I depend.
we played original stuff, which actually created me to record my album.
That's amazing.
Oh, nice.
And I actually want to talk about your album. I mean, I remember you demonstrating a couple of things when I had asked you to come to the thing I used to have, Rudiments with Lulu. Remember when I had church with the young boys? You know, it was quite a nice vibe to just witness, you know, some of these things. And I mean, you broke down quite interesting concepts, you know, in how you made your music, you know. So I just want to know, do you think that the industry, South African music industry, do you think it's doing enough to embrace new styles? Or, you know, izinto nje ezithize ukuthi mhlambe mangabe senza something, do you think they are, you know, open, you know, to the variety and the fact that we all are individualistic in approach? Or do you think, you know, we all are being forced to, you know, thinking a certain particular way only? Because,
one direction.
Yeah, because I mean, thinking at looking at the radio, looking at the festivals, look at all the gigs that happen, you know, you never really get to see variety. You see, it's a cut and paste everywhere, cut and paste.
Exactly.
Lineup is the same, what is the same, Ngapha is the same. You listen to radio, it's the same plus minus artists. Do you think that the industry itself is doing enough, you know, to embracing new concepts?
South African music industry, Jens, to be honest, it's still a baby. Anything new, it's like, we don't want this, you know. What is this? Tina retwaetsi this, retwaetsi papa, you know, or all the time, you know. You talk about maybe lasagna. Good to, who are you when you wanna come and, you know, introduce this kind of things? Because of that's one thing that makes the industry not to even grow. Because of people don't want to open up to new things. And then the next thing, when you go to Europe or America, people are becoming like, hey, you know, this is great. I mean, you find, in fact, in Europe, you are not known. People haven't even heard about you. But because of, they will say, this person comes from Africa, already they become interested to see and hear what is this person having? You know. But unfortunately, South African music industry as well, it's a very drop in the ocean, very small. That's why they only want one thing at all the times. To open up for other things, no, to them it's like it's better mazenziwa abanye abantu.
So how do you solve this problem?
Yes, I've been brought by other people outside, not by South Africans themselves.
See, the problem, because it's interesting.
Solution.
Yeah, what solution do you think we then have to build? Okay, do we then find a way to take our music overseas?
Or do we expand our
reach?
You know, the best thing actually, people like Abu Brafana have always been saying it, Nabu Brakaya. But Amakrotman Amataina have been scared to take the risk. Is to take music to the people.
Okay. Nice.
Take music,
yeah.
Take music to your neighbors.
Yeah. You know,
introduce them. If listen to Pagan this thing, guys. If Americans have actually managed to influence us by sending their music globally all over the world, just by taking that risk, why do we have to be scared to do it, Tina, ourselves? We have to take music. I mean, listen, what is called rap before hip hop? It started Gupi. Emma Putin what in a parking lot in America. People just freestyling in the street. And it became global, and major record labels were even refusing. Even the American government was refusing that. But they made sure good beggar say for Stella later. And where is it today?
No. I think there's something to the spirit of whatever that, because I mean, now and again, every time we talk about this thing, even with Quran, it came back, taking the music to the people, because that's what used to happen over the years. If you look at bands, it's always been about
small bands touring.
Small bands touring, going here, going there, doing what? Because that's what promotion is. Promotions is one of the things that we don't understand. Promotions is you going to some place, making sure that at least 100 people hear your song today, then tomorrow again.
Exactly.
You are taking your music to 100. At least if you can get 100 people to hear, not to buy, to hear your song.
Hear it.
Yeah, and if you do it every day for a month, you would have had 3,100 people or 3,000 people a month would have heard your music. So if you do it for the whole
and they'll want it.
You times that by 12, how many people have heard your song or your music? You are sitting with a big number. It's like over 30,000 people that have heard. But we never really get to, understand the value of taking music to the people. But right, so second last question. I wanted to know, Guti, what is your dream for the industry, if you have one? Do you have a dream for the industry?
I got chachi.
Got it.
Yes. Your dream for the industry.
My dream for the industry is to, if it can be in a situation of embracing change, embracing new things as well, whereby that they can be able, they are developing, many things, because we cannot be stagnant all the time.
Okay.
We have to grow, we have to change, we have to develop, and change is not bad because of change is part of growing. It doesn't mean what a person does a sound that is different from the others. It means that person is not suitable for that. Everything, you have to embrace many things that are coming with new developments around. Okay. And also enhancing what we also have, because of this whole lot of styles they are not even tapped into properly. That we need to revisit again, and which actually made the South African music industry at the end of the day. We have Amatime Brakara Koloilebone, who used to be one of the great talent scouts, in this country, who actually introduced us to Abo Brameko Mkhubata, Abo Nana Branana Coyote, For us, South Africa to know R. Kelly is due to Brakoloy Lebone, who used to be a PR marketer for Jive Records then in the mid 90s.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So we need that embracement of saying we have to embrace new things that are coming in and expose them, and to be exposed proper, I think also we need musicians taking part in business of music, because of one thing that we don't want to do as musicians is we want to play, we wanna there's competition of playing, but in terms of thinking business also on the other hand, then we come and we cry. Musicians should be in a situation of running events.
Sure.
On the other hand, musicians should be people who have to be sitting on boards, a parliament, and tell the cabinet what artists want.
Sure.
Also, because would be a person who understands the cry of the artist. Yes, we had Kapla whom we thought Uguti they will, but unfortunately, but because of the matter of the stomach, and then
okay, we're running out of time. 2 last questions. I think Leroy has one, and then I'll ask one, and then we'll say goodbye.
Okay.
if we were to call Bernice, what sort of brand are we looking at? Who's packaged as a brand? And a sound yako. Do you have a certain sound that you portray? No, signature mark is Gogo.
I think probably it's a couple of things.
Yeah.
You know, the presentation of a person says first, Uguti, who are you? And then the signature in terms of playing, it also says, Uguti, okay, this is the person who, Uguti, this is how Bernice sounds like. Because of, as I'm saying, many people, they think, Uguti, I'm a jazz, actually, type of a person. Because of, they see me playing with a lot of jazz musicians. That's where I'm booked. But they've never seen me playing other styles of music. You know what I mean? And of which I do. I mean, Nabo Ney, Zimu, Nabo Gonje, but there used to be a group called G-Facts.
Yes, I remember G-Facts.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm a G-Facts, Abo Israel Muset. I grew with those guys.
Yeah.
You know, Nabo Lona, you know what I mean? And other guys, they have never, I've played hip-hop, no, Tumitadi, you know?
Yeah.
But because of people haven't seen me doing that, so they always see me as this person of a jazz person. But also it's all about actually what are you selling also to people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of people also in their minds, they align you with how you present themselves, Gibo.
Yeah.
Futu on the other hand.
Yeah.
And that's how people actually perceive. Imagine somebody bafethi mhlangana lekopana lenna ngifake amalona what's this? You know what I mean? Baggy jeans, and then you start saying, and then manje yin.
My parents are right. All right. So just to close it, if you were to go back and speak to your 12-year-old self, what advice would you give yourself?
If I go to
your 12-year-old self, advice, if it was possible,
I will give myself a advice of saying, Bernice, keep following your dream.
Okay. Keep
following your dream. Don't let go, irrespective of how situations they can be.
Yeah. No,
because of at the end of the day, gents, there is a difference between an artist and a music lover and a music appreciator. A music appreciator and a music lover will never stand in the situations that we are in today. No one actually wants ofuna indlala, but most of the time, real artists, they stand the hunger. And without even showing Uguti, they are hungry.
Sure.
But we stand the test of time. Today, here we are in this situation of being the industry being closed, but we still keep on saying Guzolung. And it has been not now, even 15 years, 20 years, 25 years ago, every 5 years, there's a change of something. We go to a roller coaster of getting hungry, things become so bad, there's no work, but we still come back being strong again. We still stand being musicians and playing music because of we were born for this kind of a thing. I mean, today I would have been a high-priced advocate if I didn't drop out from university from studying law.
Yeah.
But because of music chose me. I said, no, this is where I belong.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
So that's how I actually tell myself to say, if I could go back to this 12-year-old Bernice at that time, I will still say I chose art because of I'm an art itself. No. I will never change it for any other.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boikanyo. It was a beautiful one. Hey, man, thing is
sure,
cool, yeah.
Exactly. And this is just a drop. There's lots of things that we never touch base.
Yeah, for sure.
No, most definitely.
And
obviously, this thing is an ongoing platform. You know,
exactly.
We're going to keep circulating these things because we understand at the core of everything, it starts with conversation. And once the conversation is out there, then obviously we need like a part 2, a part 3, you know, want to do some events, want to do some things where we meet one-on-one with other people, you know. So, but for everybody who's just at home watching, please make sure you like, you share everything. We're making sure that, you know, all the people that might find this valuable actually get to see it. But from us, Godman, thank you very much.
Make sure to follow him.
Yeah, follow him everywhere.
Bernice Boikanyo on Facebook.
Yeah, they must come. They must follow me and Bazobon.
They must come.
Nice. Oh yeah, so that's the other you've got vegetation happening.
Yeah, well, there's something, but it's still under the wraps and closet.
Yeah.
So there's things. But hey, Drum Catalyst, thank you so much for inviting me, and also for actually called the elders before me, Bravosi, Brasillo, who actually like being mentors to me, and I would actually feel bad. You would call me before them.
No, you know, there's a lot of value in just. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Thanks, Buffett.